everybody. So do you happen to own a piece of backpacking equipment that you absolutely love it and you hardly or rarely ever use it? Well, I own a piece of that equipment. So let's find out what it is and talk about the pros and cons of it and why I'm not bringing this out on backpacking trips more often. But first, I have some new stickers and some great channels that I need to put up into the van. So let's head over to the van and slap them on the wall of shame, and I'll tell you all about these great YouTube channels that you better subscribe to. So let's jump over there and I'll be right back to talk about this piece. See, this wall is starting to fill up. So let's jump into this and I'll go over the new stickers I got. And so one of the first ones I got was from, this is from Pax-A-Lot. Name is Steve. He is out in Utah and he sent a really nice postcard, and it says on the back of it, looking north from Dead Horse Pass, elevation 11,599 feet. It's along the Highline Trail in the High Uinta Wilderness in Utah. Now, how can you not subscribe to Pax-A-Lot? I mean, that is a great channel, and he's out in Utah. I mean, anybody out in Utah, God, I'd want to watch those videos. He said to me, "Hey, Tom and Nancy, thanks for sharing your adventures with me via YouTube. I really enjoy seeing where you go and what you do while you're on your adventures. I really appreciate the interactions and the comments that we have exchanged on each other's videos. Keep getting out, have fun, and smiling. Thanks from Steve at Pax-A-Lot." Now, I threw his sticker up on the board already. So when I'm done here, I'll go and slide over to these stickers and let you see them. But that's from Steve. Thanks a lot at Pax-A-Lot. Make sure you check out that channel. I like this idea about doing a postcard. So the next one is from Jim Hayes Hiking. Jim is already up on the board, and let's see what Jim has to say here. Oh, Jim is a man of few words, but he speaks really in loud voices on his YouTube channel. I don't mean he talks loud. I mean, he has an absolutely great channel. If you're up in the Damascus area, around that part of Virginia in the mountains, this guy knows every trail up there. Now, he hikes with, I'm going to call him his grandson, Mo. Sorry if I'm aging you there, Jim. We could call him your little brother, but hi, Mo. And check out Jim Hikes. It's Jim Hayes Hiking. Sorry, it's up there. I had to read it. Jim Hayes Hiking. And he's got a real nice sticker that I've already put up on the board over here. And I'll show you that in just a minute. So thanks, Jim. I appreciate it. I hope you got mine. And one day, I know, I'll be up in Damascus, in that area, probably this spring. So I'll definitely look you up. So thanks, buddy. And appreciate the sticker. Next, we have, and this was a funny situation. This is from Let's Go Liz. Now, Liz had sent me an envelope, just like this. I'm not going to show you her address and all that, but she sent me an envelope, and inside it said, have a great weekend. And there was no sticker in there. So I said, Liz, I emailed her and I said, Liz, I think you forgot to put the sticker in there. Well, she sent another one back and she goes, "If first you don't succeed, try again. I am sorry I forgot to include the sticker the first time, Liz." So go check out Let's Go Liz. This is her really cool sticker. I have not put that up on the board yet. She actually sent me a large one and she sent me a small one. So I'll go stick that up there on the board here in a minute. Next one I have here, it's from a YouTube subscriber, and I'm subscribed to him. We're actually probably going to hike together if everything works out well this February. And this is from Dan, the Wandering Monk. And I'm so sorry I didn't get you one of my stickers, and I'm sorry I didn't show you this earlier because this is a great channel. And Dan said, "Hey Tom, I just received a new batch of stickers." This was a while ago. "I wanted to send you this, looking for a chance to hike together. Until then, stay on the path." Now, Dan's a great guy. He has a great YouTube channel. He's up on the AT a lot. He's doing sections of it at a time. I guess he eventually wants to finish the whole thing. But check out his channel, and thank you very much, Dan. We'll see you in February. So that's it, guys. I think that's it. You know, like I said, if I forgot anybody, please let me know. It's an old head, you know, I forget stuff. So let me take the camera now and show you those stickers that I got that I haven't showed you yet. So there is Jim Hayes Hiking. Another one for the books. And right next to him is Pax-a-Lot. And up here is Dan from the Wandering Monk, stay on the path. As you can see, this wall is starting to fill up pretty quickly, and I'm going to start putting them down here below on the lower section, and then eventually on the back. So let me get Liz's up here. Let's go, Liz. I'll stick hers up here right now. All right, so there's Let's Go Liz, Jim Hayes Hiking, and Pax-a-Lot, and Dan from the Wandering Monk. As you can see, all my other YouTube pals and friends are all up here. And if you have a sticker you want to send it to me, just go to my About in the description, and my mailing address is there. So thanks, guys. Let's get back to that piece of equipment. Okay, I am back. So pretty much all my life, from growing up in the Catskill Mountains in upstate New York, I fished and hiked, and not so much backpack, but I had a pack on that that's how we spent our weekends. I mean, a weekend come, a whole bunch of us, we'd go into the woods. We'd go hang out in the woods. That's what we did when we were kids. But it wasn't until probably, I'd say 4 years ago, back the end of 2016-17, that I started to watch YouTube videos, and it all started with, I was totally amazed with bushcrafting and survival and all that stuff. So I wanted to get into that to some extent. And so one of the very, very, very first pieces of gear that I ever bought, because I thought this was going to be more of a bushcraft type of thing, was I went out and I purchased a Solo stove. Okay, so you're all saying, yeah, well, so is a lot of people, but these stoves go by many different names. Sometimes they're called, I think, a Bush Buddy, Twig Stove, you name it. They come in all sorts of sizes, shapes, materials, everything like this. This particular one, let me open it up. You can see that I have used it. This is the I'll show you the stove first. I'm not going to demonstrate it right now. As a matter of fact, when this video probably comes out, I will be on a trip up in Georgia where I'm going to be using this. I'm not going to bring a canister stove with me. I am going to be using this. So this stove is made out of, I think, what they call I wrote something down here. Yeah, it's 304 stainless steel. You say, what is that? Well, it's the most common stainless steel that's used around the world. It's used because of its resistance to corrosion, it's food, it's food safeties and used in pots and storage and your cooking and stuff like that. So it's a very lightweight stainless steel. Now this particular stove has a double wall construction. It has lower vents here where the air comes in there, ignites, heats up inside, and it actually makes a spectacular burn that it burns hotter and with very little smoke. So what you do is you take this part of the stove, you'll have your fire down in there, and you keep feeding the twigs and whatever you have. I mean, it could be, I've gone up in the Smokies and you say, well, I can't even find firewood. How am I going to do this? But you can always find like little dead twigs and stuff like that. And I don't care where you are. Even if you're out in the desert, you probably could burn cow dung. I don't know, cow patties in here. But you just keep burning it, and it makes this really hot fire. You would take your pot. This is the 900 milliliter, same material pot, and you place it on there. So this is called the Solo stove. I absolutely love it, and the reason I love it is I don't have to worry about fuel canisters. No matter where I go with this, no matter what, I will be able to have a cooking fire. Now, the other good thing about this too is that not having to worry about fuel,
you can bring other different types of food out there with you that require more of a boiling time. For example, a lot of your Knorrs, rice sides and noodles and all that require up to 7-8 minutes. And you don't want to use your fuel canister to do that. It just takes up too much time. Macaroni cheese, there's just a ton of things you can do more with, not have to worry about fuel. This stove, the stove itself, not including the pot, this weighs right at 9 ounces. So it's obviously heavier than my Tokes, okay? This pot, which has its markings on the ounces and all the milliliters on the outside and on the inside, this pot with the handles, it also has a rubber top that will, when you pull it over, it stays up, so you don't have to be reaching down in it to pull the top off and burn your fingers. But this weighs 7.8 ounces. So between the stove, the pot, you're over a little bit of a pound. But keep in mind, you are not carrying any fuel canisters with you, and you'll be able to use this no matter where you go. So that is the Solo stove. I'm going to start using it more. Like I said, I absolutely love this thing. Just the fact that I can use it anywhere that I go. I can carry this with me and not have to worry about it. And back, a lot of bushcrafters use these. When you go on these long distance hikes and you can't, deal with fuel all the time because it runs out and you just don't want to carry those canisters. And I forgot, you also have to carry on the BRS or one of the stoves, but you don't need that either. So anyway, I will be using this up in Georgia. This is the Solo stove. This is the Solo Light, and the 900 millimeter pot that goes with it, that everything fits in all at once. You can put it all in there, cover it up, and be gone with it. I'll put the links to these below. Matter of fact, they're on sale. They're not cheap. I'm going to tell you, they're not cheap. I think the pot was $49. Now that's down to $39. And the stove, and that was, I think was 80 or something, it's down to 60 something. But regardless, you can pick these both up for under 100. But I know it's just one of those things that you may not want, but I'll tell you what, if you do get one, you'll have a blast using it. So I'll see you guys up in Georgia. Thanks for following Walker's World, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.